what you're looking at, I'm still at the end of the garden, but I'm using a brand new camera called NearStream. I'm using the Sonic wireless microphone so you can hear me a little bit better. And then also, this actually has a 40 times zoom. I'm actually using my phone to control it, and I'm going to move this over to 20 times. Now, the great thing about this is completely battery operated, and the camera has its own Wi-Fi. So you set the Wi-Fi up and connect it to the phone. Now, that's not all. The great thing as well is I'm just going to bring this back over to 1 times so you can see how far of a distance this really is. The great thing about this is not only can I do this, I can actually connect multiple cameras, and I've actually got a second one which is just over here. So as I walk up to this right now, and I'm going to just walk up the garden, I'm going to switch over to the other camera, which is actually just here. Hi. So this is brilliant because what I can do is I can set this up. There's no power here. Everything's battery operated, and you can actually add up to 3 of the NearStream cameras on the app. So I've got the camera over here, I've got the camera here. You can actually add a 3rd camera, and the great thing is it's recording everything onto my phone. Now the other side of this is it's using Wi-Fi to transmit all the information, but you can also live stream from the phone. So then I can send that out to a gig if I'm playing live. I've got multiple cameras everywhere. So let's take a closer look at NearStream. So here it is. This is the NearStream all-in-one streaming camera. Now, quick disclosure before we carry on. NearStream did send me these cameras for review. They are not paying for this video. They just want my honest opinion about the cameras, and they don't get to see this video before it goes live. Now, NearStream actually do 2 different versions. This is the VM33, which can do 1440p recording and 1080 streaming, and they have the VM46, which looks exactly the same on the outside, but can do 4K recording with a 60 times hybrid zoom. So as you can see from the form factor, I've got one here just sitting on the tripod. That's the second camera they sent me, and you can actually see here, you've got the form factor. We've got the 8 microphones on the top. There's our lens with our LED indicator to show you what's going on. It flashes a couple of different colors depending on what you're doing. On the bottom here, we've got our 1/4 inch connection, so you can put it on a tripod like this. There's nothing actually on the sides other than the logo, and then on the back is actually where you've got a couple of bits of connectivity. So first of all, this is battery powered. So we've got a 6400 milliamp battery, which lasts for 6 hours, whether you're recording or live streaming. The battery indicator is right here with 4 LEDs. In fact, if I just turn this on right now, you can see that there I've got about 50% power. We have a reset switch. We also have a microphone input, which is what I was using before. And then at the bottom here, we've got the USB-C. So if you want to plug this into USB-C as a webcam, you can do that. But also you can plug it into a power bank if you want to keep it live streaming for longer on the go. And you've got micro SD card in as well for recording directly onto the camera as opposed to using it on the phone. Now, the other part you can do with the USB-C is there is an adapter you can buy, which is a USB-C to Ethernet adapter, and you can get that from NearStream's website. So the great thing with USB-C is it's a direct and fast connection. We can use this for plugging in a power bank, plugging it directly into your computer, and you can even use this, as I said, as a webcam in what's known as UVC mode. The microphone system on top is known as an 8 MEMS microphone array, which you can use in a normal environment, or you can actually have for AI noise cancellation, and you can put it into speech mode. But the other side of this, you've got 1, 2, or even 3 cameras, is actually the app. Inside the app, this is where you can control things and live stream directly from the app itself if you want to. You can control the audio, so maybe you've got the microphone set up for this one, you can turn that microphone off so only the audio comes from here, even if you switch over to that camera. Now with the VM33, you can actually pick up audio with an effective distance of 20 to 25 feet, and it has face detection based autofocus. The video you saw at the beginning was actually being streamed from these 2 cameras to my phone and recorded on my phone. So as you saw, the audio and the video matched up. I didn't have to do that in like post-processing or anything like that. Now I did use an external microphone, which is the Sonic wireless mic system, and I plugged that into the actual 3.5mm jack there. But the other thing this can do as well is you can also have native OBS support. So if you're using this in a studio or in a room, then you can actually connect it directly to OBS. Now if you don't want to actually learn things like OBS, then all you need is their app. You can live stream straight from the app. You can even do things like picture in picture, and you can even choose how you switch from one camera to another with different crossfades and importing different things. At the moment, they've actually got the major streaming players. So you've got YouTube, you've got Facebook Live, Twitch, and RTMP. The codec is H.264, and it actually runs at 30 frames a second. Now the camera itself actually weighs 660 grams, and compared to something like an iPhone, obviously it is much bigger, but that's because of that 40 times hybrid zoom. It's actually a 10 times optical zoom and has a really big lens. Coming in at $399, this is a more pro solution for live streaming your gigs. You don't need another mixer, you can plug the output of your gig into one of these and then just live stream from here and then use the other camera, obviously as a second camera, a different look, different angle. Now for musicians who are live streaming, there is obviously this 8-array microphone system, and of course you've got the 3.5mm jack. I would personally prefer to actually use the 3.5mm jack because you're getting the sound from your PA or the sound from your mixer going into there. But if you're playing acoustically, you've got this 8 MEMS mic array, of course, to pick you up, and you can choose which one or both that actually picks up the audio. The alternative is you can use these to record on the go. They've got a battery in, they've got an SD card as well, and when you hit record on the app, you can actually tell it to record straight to the phone, or if you've got the SD card plugged in, you can record to SD card. Now the VM33s have two options. You can connect them to Wi-Fi and then you can use the app as long as the phone is on the same Wi-Fi, or if you're out and about like I was out in the garden just then, what you can do is you can actually set one of these as the router, so this actually becomes the hotspot, and then you connect the other one to this. This is great because what you then do is you use your phone's data to live stream and you're using the Wi-Fi to connect to the cameras. Now you've got this version, which is the VM33, and they actually come in a couple of different packs. $399 for one, $798 for two, and then $999 for a pack of 3. So just under $1,000, and you'll actually have 3 cameras that you can put anywhere and stream or record with a really good optical and digital zoom, recording at 1440p or streaming at 1080. If you want to go 4K, then what you can do is you can actually go up to 60 times hybrid zoom, recording Ultra HD 4K, which goes into H.265, and the 4K version comes in at $699. Now, 2 improvements I would actually like to see on these cameras, maybe future versions of them, maybe a version 2. The first one is actually the zoom. Now, there's nothing wrong with the zoom, don't get me wrong. As you zoom in and out, it does what's known as face detection based autofocus. But what I'd like to see is I'd like to see auto zoom. So what you can do is as you walk forwards or backwards, it actually keeps your face in frame. Now that's something they may be able to do within the software or the firmware of this device. So as a musician on stage, maybe you're moving around, it's not going to track you by moving, but what it's going to do is it's going to zoom in and zoom out based on where you are. That would be a really nice update. The second update I'd like to see is an update to this microphone array. Yes, it's got 8 microphones and that's all fine, but the processing of the audio is AAC at 48 kilohertz, 16-bit. I'd really like to see this going up to WAV, 48 kilohertz at 32-bit float. And I probably wouldn't be using these microphone arrays very much as a musician, but I'd really like to see that upgrade of audio quality to match the new audio devices that are coming in 2024 and beyond. The old way of grabbing additional cameras, mixers, encoders, Wi-Fi routers, separate audio transmitters is all gone. So if you're a musician or you own a venue or you're playing in a band, you're playing in worship, you're using it for sport, you're using it for recreation, you want to live stream, but you want to use something that's got a larger zoom than your phone camera has, then this is a fantastic option. With a 40 times hybrid zoom, then of course you're going to get crystal clear images at a greater distance. So you might want to install this in the corner maybe, or you want to put this up somewhere high. There is a link in the description box if you want to go and pick one of these up. There is an affiliated link through NearStream that helps me out, but no additional cost to you. I'd like to thank NearStream for sending me out the VM33s. They're great products and a fantastic way to get live streaming really, really quickly and really simply with just using an app, or even just using them to record on the go because they're battery powered, to get some great content as a musician if you're at a gig or if you're just recording yourself to up your game in the video world. Now, if you want to see how I live stream without installing any software on my computer, then check out this video right here where I show you how to use ReStream Studio Pro.